Hello, girls and boys, how's it going? So, welcome to the new podcast series where I bring to you the unusuals and the trendsetters. People who have dared to dream and done something different in the area of DevOps, cloud, software engineering. Imagine for a minute a girl called Kamalpreet Kaur who's doing her bachelor's degree in networking from Chitkara University in Punjab, India in 2014. What would you imagine she's doing today 10 years later in 2024? Possibly working in one of the big techs, possibly bought a house in Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, one of these places, possibly even migrated to US or Canada because Punjabi, why not? What if I told you that Kamalpreet Kaur did not take any of these usual paths? She pivoted to studying French, lives in France today, and is into technical content writing, along with being exposed in the area of cloud, DevOps, being in the support role as well. She's also teaching English to senior French executives who need to talk in English in boardrooms with global audiences. Kamalpreet has taken the road less traveled, as Robert Frost would say, and that has made all the difference. Introducing Kamalpreet Kaur. So, Kamalpreet, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, very good. So let's start with the introduction, right? Tell the audience who is Kamalpreet Kaur.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kamalpreet Kaur. I'm a senior IT content writer. I'm a engineer as well in the background, and I live in France for the moment. And it's been 5 years I'm staying in France.
All right. Kamal, you're doing a lot of things these days, right? So tell us what are the list of things that you're doing these days?
I like to do multitasking, so I do a lot of things at the same time. I like to write. So I started a page on Medium. So I'm writing on technical blogs, also writing for soft skills, technical things as well based on AWS cloud because I started learning cloud on AWS. So I whenever I have to deploy something, so I write it and make it in a well structured form and just send it in a Medium platform.
Okay. So
Also, I like badminton because I'm a sports person. Badminton is something which I learned in India when I was small. In childhood, I did it some competitions in badminton, just normal competition. But here
yeah.
I'm playing for a club, so I just started this. It's going good. I'm
Okay.
happy.
Good. So let's start from the beginning. You did your MCA from Punjab. Is that correct?
I did my bachelor's in Punjab in networking.
Oh, bachelor's in networking. Okay. The logical progression to a bachelor's in networking is, get into one of the IT companies, and then start your career, work your way up, and maybe in the last 10 odd years, make a jump or maybe go on site, come back. That's the normal career progression, right?
Yes.
But you did not follow that route. You did what I consider as uncommon,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
So why did you not follow the regular path of getting into the Infosys, the Wipro, whatever came to your college, even the big tech? Why not that path? How did you get into content writing?
So when I was in India, I did my bachelor's. I came back to New Delhi. I started learning French. I was very because I wanted always wanted to do something. So I started learning French. I like French culture. I studied from Alliance Française, New Delhi, in Jorbag. So 1 year I studied there. I like French language, the culture as well. So I wanted to do masters. So I tried not to go to Canada, prefer to stay in France because I got the basis. So I said,
Right.
let's improve more in French and do things doing masters and French language in France. So I came to France. I did masters in project management and networks. So I try to continue to be a network engineer. And then I did some internship. During COVID time, I got the opportunity to do internship in development, which was easy to finish the masters. So I did my internship in development, web development, application development, and then I got a job as a technical support engineer. And then whenever I got the good opportunities, because IT is a vast field, you get opportunities. So I don't have this kind of mindset to just go as a IT engineer for a longer period of time. I try to adapt all the diverse opportunities I got, and I said, okay, let's start this because it's a challenging thing, it's a different thing. You can learn always in IT, and it's very good also for to challenge yourself and to work in a diverse environment.
Okay, so I want to talk about two things that you've spoken which are very important. The first thing is you said you always get a lot of opportunities and you jump on opportunities, right? Now, this is a very, very important mindset, especially in 2024 and beyond, because the traditional way of doing things is no longer relevant, right? And this mentality of having faith in your destiny, in a higher master, whatever you call it, and taking that faith and jumping on something to see where it goes. Some opportunities will land, some will not land. But I think this is a very, very important trait. When you get an opportunity, you jump on it and then you go for it and then see where it takes you,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
The second thing you spoke about is writing on Medium, and you're writing technical blogs on Medium. So, how is that going? Are you getting some traction? Tell us about that a little bit.
So Medium is a very good platform which helped me a lot to understand how I can improve writing, because there are several people audience. You put your blog on audience and there are several people, they can send you that okay, I like your blog and why I like your blog. So like this you can understand that how good you are writing. So I am always I have a good passion about reading. So reading, while reading I catch words. So when I catch words I make a excel sheet, I put in a excel sheet. If I have a topic, I try to combine everything, every word of it, then make a phrase as a
Okay.
sentence, then
Okay.
I put it on Medium. I
Hmm.
test some tools like Grammarly, some basic tools to test
Yeah.
plagiarism, to do
Mm.
checking as well,
Mm.
free Grammarly checker as well, which we use.
Yeah.
So then I try to do proofreading with my family members. So I say,
Okay.
okay, I do it for a photocopy of this, and I put it on. When it is finalized, I put it on Medium. Medium is a great platform for everybody. If you are an engineer in your life, you have during your job time period, you have to write something. For example, if you deploy something, a software, still you need to explain to your team and for the collaboration as well, that how you deployed it, how you test it. They also wanted to learn. So writing is very important in engineering as well, which I discovered while doing my job positions, during my job positions as well. So that's why I continue writing on Medium. I like AWS cloud, so I try to do whatever I have to do.
Perfect. So, tell me, how many words does your Excel sheet have? Do you have a rough count?
I think I have at least 500 words, but
500 words. Hmm.
categorized in different phrases of, for example, if I have to write for development, there are different kind of structure words I
Right.
use.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So, which means as you are living your life, in background there is a parallel thread running of catching the word, putting them in Excel. It's a non-stop parallel activity that keep happening, right? You've managed to integrate that within your life.
Because I like multitasking. This is my biggest problem as well, and a solution as well. So
Okay.
biggest problem is this: I do everything at the same time. I'm a
Mm.
writer. I train some employees in business English as well. I do my IT work as well. So everything is doing parallelly.
Yeah.
But the solution is to go parallelly. At least if one thing is not going to work, as an engineer, I can
Something
adapt the
else.
another thing very easily.
Right, right. Yeah, makes sense. So tell me, if somebody wants to get professionally into content writing, what is the career path for that? How do you start getting into content writing?
I started very late because during my job I understand the value of documentation. But if I want to suggest anybody or any engineer, start writing during your last year of college. Use the Medium platform, which is free, and then you can use Substack as well, which is popular to use. After Medium, you can use Substack as well, and write things whatever you like, whatever you are studying during your college time, you can write it and just post it, and just wait for how the traffic is evolving on Medium, and how the comments, you get the comment, you get getting good comments and bad comments, something about this. You analyze the traffic, and then you can change your strategy while writing the next time for your blog.
Okay. Perfect. And as you're driving more traffic into Medium, I think you can monetize that as well, right? Have you started earning money through Medium as well?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
do because I applied to a partner program which is
Hmm.
proposed by Medium. So when you apply for that, you have a good traffic, you have a good comments, you have good engagement. Automatically, you are going to earn good money. So that's how it works.
Perfect. So not only are you writing what you are learning, it is also fueling your passion for writing, and you're also making money from it. That is beautiful. That is amazing. Okay, tell me, you also spoke to me earlier when we were talking offline. You said that you attend a lot of local IT conferences also, right? And I've seen some post of yours in some conferences. Why do you attend these conferences? How does it help?
Coming from a technical background, we need to have a good non-technical things as well. For example, communication and collaboration between the teams. So if, for example, me, I was a very shy person for many years. So you
Mm.
can, how I started, I went to tech conferences. I boost
Mhm.
myself. I try to speak to them. I try to understand what they are doing in a technology, what they are learning, what tools they use in their company, and what we
Mm.
should also can use it to progress, because everybody has to progress. So communication and collaboration, two words and two keys are very important, which everybody has to be successful if they want to be successful in any field.
Perfect. So let me ask you a question, and I get asked this question quite a lot. That's why I'm putting this to you. So let's say I am a fresh pass out from college, maybe 1 or 2 years experience, right? I go and attend a conference. There are multiple speakers in a conference. There is one guy that I particularly like his or her style of speaking. I'm influenced by what they're saying on stage. I want to go and talk to them, right? I want to introduce myself. I want to just, get to know them a little bit. How do I approach them?
So we can normally go and approach them. For example, we can say, "Hello, my name is Kamalpreet Kaur." Just a
Yeah.
basic introduction, and say that I have 2 years experience, or I am a college graduate. I have seen your speaking communications
Mhm.
skills, so I'm very enthusiastic about this technology. That's how we can begin. We just need to research about the person before going to that person directly.
Yeah. And when you approach that person, it is just as simple as saying hi, hello. They're typically very accommodating and they will talk to you, right? There's nothing to be afraid of.
Yes, the easiest way to do introduction is to tell about yourself. So we know already what we are doing. So we
Yeah.
just need to put it in words and just say it in 3 to 4 sentences, and our introduction is finished.
That's a good point. Tell about yourself. And that's easy to do because you know it well. Yeah, that's a good point. You also said that you were teaching English to some executives. Tell me about that. What are you doing there?
So I got another opportunity to be a mentor. So
Mm.
I always want to learn something and then to share as well. So
Mm.
English I already know because I'm Indian and we have this official language in India. So here I'm in France. I learned French as well. So I got some opportunity to teach English to the business executives, business managers as well, to help them how they can be a good speaker in English while in board meetings, or while
Mm.
doing while explaining something in the teams meeting globally. I break the structure of English into small parts, and then I
Mm.
explain it in a simplified way.
But tell me, all of these people that you're teaching English to, they are obviously much more experienced, elder to you, right?
Yes.
Isn't that intimidating to teach these big guys English? Don't you get scared?
I didn't get scared because of my technical support engineer experience. I worked globally, so I understood that how I can. It gave me a good confidence that how I can manage and try to provide a solution to them, what they are asking for me, and give the valid answer to them.
Wow, that's a great answer. To anybody who's today doing technical support role, this is a very big upside which people don't normally realize, right? That it's a great opportunity to work on your communication skill, on your problem solving skill, on your ability to break down a complex topic and simplify it. And you have taken this mundane skill and created it into a almost a business opportunity, and you're making money out of it. That is fantastic. That is so amazing. Because the usual cry is, अरे मैं support role में फंस गया हूँ, सारा दिन calls लेता हूँ, this is horrible. But look at you, you've taken that skill and you've taken it to a whole different level. That is
I
amazing.
also failed sometimes during because everything is not working good. So I also failed sometimes, but I try to learn. I try to create something from that opportunity as well. Because as you
Hmm.
see, my medium is all about I was created to create. It is
Yes.
really I'm something to create something. Even we have sometimes failure as an engineer as well. It's okay because we are in we are doing so many things at the same time. Even when you are a developer, you are doing so many programming language, so many things. You are doing testing, development, and also giving the support as well. So even sometimes you fail in being as an engineer, you try to make it in a positive way and learn from it and apply it. There are several platforms like Medium, Substack. They want your voice, they want your writing, and if you get a positive response, that's the way you have to choose it.
So there must be times when you get depressed, right? When shit happens and you things are not going your way, right? How do you handle yourself and what do you tell yourself mentally?
So I take only 5 minutes to think about that thing. If I feel depressed, only 5 to 10 minutes, and then I never think about that. So that's the only strategy I use it. So I try to, then I say, okay, what next? What will be the positive thing I can say as an outcome? I only try this and I just move on and I turn the page completely.
Wow, that is so amazing. Okay, so tell me, in today's age of social media where there is so much information, right? You just look at your phone to receive a call, and then you go in from Instagram to TikTok to this and that, and half an hour, 1 hour is gone before you realize it. Right? In that age of distraction, how are you able to focus so much?
The focus so much is helped me by
Hmm.
I read a lot of good books, good
Okay.
famous books.
Give me some
So they
examples. Good books. Give
for
me some two, three names.
okay, the first one which changed me of the way of thinking is the power of subconscious mind. And the
Okay.
second, Zero to One Startups are very good book as well, because I
Okay.
wanted to create something so for
Hmm.
lifetime. So that's why
Hmm.
Zero to One is very
Hmm.
good book. The
Hmm.
third one for finance as well, because before I was doing not managing my finance thing. So
Hmm.
Do Epic Shit was is a really good book. I understood my
Ankur
budget.
Wariku. Ankur
Yeah.
Wariku.
Yes,
Okay.
so I understood my budget. I understood how to control it, even
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going overflow in budget as well.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm.
fourth one, which I like the most, is Cloud Journey, which is very good book as well for AWS. I learned a lot about all the engineers how they started their cloud journey as an AWS engineer,
Yeah.
and it's very good to understand that how many engineers started from different diverse field and make
Hmm.
it to work in Amazon.
Okay. Perfect. So, power of subconscious mind, 0 to 1, do epic shit, and cloud journey.
Yes.
So there is a very interesting chronology to this list because it goes from subconscious mind to startup, which is ambitious, to do epic shit, which is more on finance and living your life, to
Yes.
cloud journey, which is technical. Right. So basically, you've covered all areas of life.
Yes, I
Yeah,
tried
that is
it.
very interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. That is interesting. So, Kamal, tell us about working in France. How is it different from working in India? What do you like about staying in France?
I have no experience in India, working
Oh,
in
you
India.
haven't
I
worked in
only
India. Yeah.
studied in
Okay.
India.
Okay. Fair enough. What
So
do you
I
like working in France?
So working in France gives you a lot of benefits and opportunity, but there is a
Mhm.
lot of competition as well. So you need to prove yourself why you are the best candidate. So if you once try to prove that why me, Why? Because I can share as well, I can learn as well, I can share as well at the same time, and I can do team collaboration as well. So it's quite easy in France. But you have to be aware of the competition, you have to be aware, learn French as well, which is very important in France as well. And you have to focus on what you are deliver on the table. So it's very important for this.
All right. So tell me, what is your big goal for next year? What do you want to do?
I am still not decided what I have to do for the next
Okay.
year, but I am
Okay.
going to do something very good and curious as well. So
Okay.
it happens. For the time I'm just going with the flow
Hmm.
and analyzing all multiple things. And if
Hmm.
something is going more better than the other, I think that will be my
You
path.
will take it up. Okay, fair enough. That's a good answer. Going with the flow is a perfect answer. I'm conscious of time. Last question. What is your message to somebody who's in third year, final year of college, all confused, not sure of what to do? What would you say to that person?
I would like to say that they have to choose their own path because it will begin within themselves. So they have to choose first of all that what they have to do. They can do one thing, like for example, what I applied on myself. I take a paper and a pen and I write what I like the most and what I don't like the most. So
Okay.
if I like the most, I choose why I like the most
Hmm.
and why I not like the most. So I concentrate on why. So when I understood, okay, I like the most, even if I like writing and reading. So I say, okay, which books? Something I'm going more in deep to understand that why I have to do this. And if I don't have to do this, I will explain to, for example, to my parents that I don't want to do this because there are several factors. So
Hmm.
the first thing is analyzing what you like and make it as a career.
Okay. And then, so basically, make a list of what you like to do, what you not like to do, and then
Yes.
go one or two steps deeper. Why
Yes.
like, why dislike? Okay. So before I close, you touched upon, your parents and telling them. So when you decided to do this unconventional thing and not follow the classic path, did your parents oppose? Did they say, nahi, nahi, beta, engineer ban gaye ho, abhi, one of the traditional companies mein jao? Why do you want to go to a foreign country and do something different? What was their outlook?
There was only one condition for me. If I choose France, I need to learn French. So that was hard for me. So I tried to convince my father. So I learned 1 year French, and he tested me with some French person to that she speaks good French. She's ready. Then she can go to France. So that was the challenging part for me because I was learning a new language, and I was shy as well to speak to any foreigner, to speak more in French confidently. But that was the only challenge I have to do for my parents to
That's a
convince them.
fair channel, I think, right? If you
Yes,
and I think learning French has given you that extra edge in France as well.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I think you have touched upon a lot of things which are very, very relevant for the youth of today. And you are one shining example of doing things differently, succeeding at them, trying out different things, seeing what works, and adapting. So, Kamal, thank you for sharing your story. Any last thoughts?
Do whatever you like the most
Mhm.
and continue like this. It's important to have a good career path and manage your technical and non-technical skill parallelly. So that's why you will get a success. So both are very important.
Perfect. Very rightly said. Manage your technical and non technical skill, both are important. Thank you, Kamal, for your time. This was fantastic talking. Thank you.
Thank you.